Hello and welcome to GameBabble. I'm your host, Jell. You know, sometimes a release just comes the fuck out of nowhere. Oh sure, it's mentioned at E3, but there's hardly any information on it. And it goes on like that for months and months, and then the next thing you know, it's released the very next week. This happened with quite possibly the most highly anticipated game on the Wii. I speak, of course, of Wii Cheer 2. Now, I know you think I'm kidding here, but if you ever saw my last episode where I gave Wii Cheer a glowing review, you know I ain't shitting you. I love Wii Cheer. It was fantastic, but it was a little rough around the edges. It was good for what it did, but it could have used a bit of polish. I was worried about Wii Cheer 2's release as well. I wasn't sure if they'd really be able to improve on it, or if they'd accidentally ruin it. Thankfully, they didn't. Wii Cheer 2 exceeded even my highest expectations. They improved. Every single fucking feature was enhanced, upgraded, and polished to a perfect shine. Wii Cheer 2 is one of the best sequels I've seen in ages. This thing, I still can't believe the amount of effort they put into it. Now, before we continue, I think I need to ask the burning question on a lot of people's minds. Why? Why do I love Wii Cheer so much? Well, believe it or not, there's actually an easy answer for that. See, there's three things I really like. For starters, I love music games. Ever since Bust a Groove, I've absolutely loved the genre. And I really like it when someone tries something actually different with it, instead of the usual scrolling notes hit them when they get to the marker stuff. Don't get me wrong, I like Rock Band, but I really like it when someone tries something different. Secondly, I like games where I get up and make an ass of myself. I love dancing around like a fucking idiot. I don't know, there's just something fun about it. It's part of the reason why I loved the original Samba de Amigo. And lastly, I love customizing characters. And Wii Cheer actually brings all of these features under one roof. So I really can't help but love it. Looking past the fact that it's, you know, a cheerleading game on Wii, it's really a good rhythm game. And it stands up there with some of the best. But enough about that, let's get started talking about Wii Cheer 2. My god, they upgraded everything. Right at the start, you pick your cheerleader and you're thrown onto the main menu, which actually features your main cheerleader front and center, your entire squad in the background, and your custom emblem flying on a flag overhead. It's some of these little things like this that just really bring a game together for me. I don't know. Anyway, there's two main modes. Championship mode is your typical DDR style mode. You pick a song, you pick a stage, and you go. Nice, streamlined, super fast, works great. The Squad Challenge mode is your story mode. You pick any song you have access to, and then you pick what Squad Challenge you want to take on. There's a little bit of talking, and it goes. It's a bit on the short side, but it does work and gives a bit of personality to some of the characters from the first game, whom you will be meeting again in Squad Challenge mode. Progression is handled differently this time, and I'm actually thankful for it. Instead of just getting items randomly, you earn money and experience, and there's a shop. You obviously spend money at the shop to buy outfit parts, and as you gain experience and level up, more outfit parts become available. Anything else you can unlock is listed in the rewards menu, a listing of 185 different unlockable things and how to get them. What really impressed me here is the fact that the rewards menu is actually searchable, letting you find exactly what it is you want to unlock and how to do it. One of the other great things about this new progression system is the fact that even if you fail a song, you still get some experience and money. Not as much as if you cleared it, but you still get something. And that's great for people who are stumbling, having a hard time getting started. However, they won't be having nearly such a hard time here. This was Wii Cheer 1's biggest fault, was its steep as fuck learning curve. Seriously, the difference between the tutorial and the very first stage is just massive in the first Wii Cheer, but not in Wii Cheer 2. The tutorial is much more thorough, it does a much better job explaining how things work. From there, there's a cheer camp mode you can take on, which helps explain some of the basic recurring moves you'll see. Each song still has its own unique choreography, but there's still a lot of moves you'll see coming up time and time again, and the cheer camp mode will help you learn those. After that, they now added an easy mode, making things even easier for you. And they tweaked the scoring. See, that was the thing. A lot of people thought that Wii Cheer 1's controls were bad. No, it's just the scoring was super strict. They've loosened that up a little bit. Before, in the first Wii Cheer, if you move the controller a little bit too fast or too slow or your timing was a bit off, yeah, you'd fail it. You have to do every motion just right. Here, though, if your timing or speed is a little bit off, they still give you that motion, but you don't get nearly as many points for it. However, it doesn't break your combo, and that makes it much easier to clear a stage. Also, they made the bonus chance, now called a free cheer, much easier to get. Before, you had to get 5 motions perfectly right in a row, and then you could waggle the Wiimotes around wildly to score points. Now, it's just the more of those arrows you hit in a row, the longer the free cheer lasts, meaning the more points you're going to be able to get for it. And on top of all that, they've actually added, thank God, a letter grading system. Finally! What the first one needed is finally here. However, this makes things almost a little too easy, doesn't it? So to counteract that, they made the actual cheers themselves far more complex. You're going to be moving around a lot more in Wii Cheer 2 than you did in Wii Cheer 1. And also, you'll notice I only said this about easy and normal mode. Hard mode takes that easier scoring and chucks it right out the window. And that free cheer, guess what? No free cheer in hard mode. Yeah, and hard mode still has those more complex routines. Meaning you kick that shit into hard mode, you're gonna get your ass kicked. So for those of us who actually, mastered the original Wii Cheer and still want a rock-solid challenge, hard mode is there for us. Everything received an upgrade, but the other area that received a major upgrade was the character customization. In the original, there was a good number of outfit customization options, but you could only change your front 5 cheerleaders, and all you could do was change their skin tone and hair color or swap them out for a different cheerleader. Here, though, you get complete customization. Over 60 different eyes, eyebrows, and mouths to choose from, all sorts of different hairstyles, and tons of outfit parts. Sure, a lot of them are just retextures, but there's still a lot of new parts, especially with the addition of new casual outfits your characters can wear. On top of all that, you can now store your favorite outfits for later usage. You can now customize every single member in your squad. You can rearrange the positions in your squad. And the color edit on all of these parts actually has a simplified RGB slider you can use, allowing you to gain access to basically any color in the rainbow. And you can customize hair highlights separately from the hair. And you can even customize lipstick color and all sorts of other shit. Point is, it all comes together to give us far more customization options, more than you'd ever expect to see in a game like Wii Cheer. My only complaint here is, well, the guys. Yeah, they added guys to Wii Cheer 2, by the way. I know, no one cares. You can even make one your main if you wanted to. Anyway, they're a little lacking on options. Technically, they have the same options as the girls, but their hairstyle and face shape are linked, and there aren't nearly enough hairstyles, and for some reason they didn't put any business suits in the game. Anyway, it's a minor thing, but you can't really customize them as much as you'd like to, and you also can't kick them off your squad. Workout mode also received an upgrade, now containing more songs that you can work out to. Another thing I like is the completely overhauled graphics. The number of Namco references has also been kicked up, with the Namco arcade and Panda and Kuma from Tekken showing up in workout mode. Okay. And as you can see, the cheerleaders are no longer super deformed and kind of Bratz-ish look. Overall, it's just a huge upgrade through and through. It's hard to find complaints. I mean, I have some, like, while there's now some actual stat tracking, they never actually tell you what the highest rank you've gotten on a song is, so it's hard for me to track if I've A-ranked every song on every difficulty level or not. The guys could use more customization options, or I'd like to kick them off the squad. I would have liked the ability to store more costumes than just 5. I would have liked the ability to store my favorite custom cheerleaders. Basically, now I'm just going, I want more. This is fantastic. I want more. Because about the only other upgrade I can think of is I sure wish there were more than 30 songs or a way to revisit songs from the first one with an append disc option. But these aren't complaints. These are just things that need to be in We Cheer 3. Anyway, so there you go. It's just that hard to find complaints in it. I give it a 4.6 out of 5. Anyway, this is Gel, and you've been GameBabbled.